Lost mother, pray for grief. Losing a mother is like losing a piece of your soul. It's a pain that cuts deep, a wound that feels like it might never heal. Maybe you felt it too, the sudden emptiness, the quiet where her voice used to be, the ache that creeps in when you realize she's not there to call anymore. I know that pain. I've lived it, and if you're reading this, maybe you have too. In Vietnamese, we might say mut mẹ, losing a mother. And those two words carry a weight that's hard to describe. But today, I want to share something with you. A simple, quiet way to find peace amid that storm. It only takes 8 minutes. 8 minutes of prayer. It's not a fix, it won't bring her back, but it's a balm, a gentle hand to hold your heart when it feels broken. The unseen sacrifice of a mother. Think about your mom for a second. Really think about her. She was the one who loved you most, wasn't she? The one who gave everything, her time, her energy, her dreams, just so you could have a chance at a better day. She carried you, not just in her womb, but in her heart, every single day of your life. Maybe she stayed up late sewing a torn shirt for school or worked extra hours so you could have that pair of shoes you wanted. Maybe she skipped meals so you wouldn't go hungry, or smiled through her own tears just to keep you from falling apart. My mom was like that. I remember her hands, rough from years of work, but so gentle when she brushed my hair or wiped my tears. She never complained, not once, even when life was hard. And it was hard. She faced struggles I didn't even understand until I was older. Bills piling up, sleepless nights, worries she kept to herself, all for me, all so I could stand here today. Your mom was probably the same. She bore pain you'll never fully know, carried burdens she never let you see, all because she loved you more than herself. And then one day, she's gone. She returns to God, leaving you behind with a heart full of memories and a world that feels too big without her in it. It's not fair. It hurts. You might scream, cry, or just sit in silence, wondering how you're supposed to keep going. I've been there, curled up on the floor, clutching a photo of her, wishing I could hear her voice one more time. But here's the truth I've learned. Even though she's not here, her love still is. And there's a way to feel it again, to find peace in the middle of the chaos. It starts with 8 minutes. Why 8 minutes? Why 8 minutes? It's not a magic number, not some ancient secret. It's just enough time, long enough to quiet your mind, short enough that you can do it even when you feel overwhelmed. 8 minutes is a pause, a breath, a moment to step out of the grief and into something bigger. It's a gift you can give yourself. And in a way, a gift you can give her too. When my mom passed, I didn't know what to do with myself. I'd wake up, go through the motions, but inside I was drowning. One day, a friend told me to try praying. Not a long, formal prayer, just a few minutes to talk to God. I didn't think it would work. I wasn't even sure I believed in anything anymore. But I was desperate, so I tried. I set a timer for 8 minutes, sat on my couch, and just started. At first, it was messy. I cried. I rambled. I asked why she had to go. But by the end, something shifted. I felt lighter, not fixed, not whole, but lighter. Like someone had lifted a little of the weight off my chest. That's what I want for you. 8 minutes to sit with God, to let Him hold you when you can't hold yourself. It's not about saying the perfect words or having all the answers. It's about showing up, raw and real, and letting peace find you. How to spend your 8 minutes. So how do you do it? There's no rule book, no right or wrong way. But if you're not sure where to start, let me walk you through what's helped me. Grab a quiet spot. Your bedroom, a park bench, even your car if that's all you've got. Close your eyes if you want, or keep them open. Take a deep breath. And begin. Minute 1 to 2, remember her. Start by thinking of your mom. Picture her face, her smile, the way she laughed. Maybe you see her in the kitchen, stirring a pot of soup, or hear her humming a tune she loved. For me, it's my mom's voice calling me Con, child in Vietnamese. soft and warm, even when I'd messed up. Let those memories wash over you. Don't push away the tears if they come. They're part of it. This is your time to feel her close, to honor the life she lived for you. Minute 3 to 4. Thank God for her now. Talk to God. You don't have to be fancy. Just say thank you. Thank Him for giving you a mom who loved you so fiercely. Thank Him for the little things, the bedtime stories, the hugs, the way she always knew when you needed her. I thanked God for my mom's strength, for how she taught me to keep going even when I wanted to quit. Even if you're mad at Him for taking her, say that too. He can handle it. This is about being honest. Minute 5 to 6, ask for peace. Here's where you let it out. Tell God how much it hurts. Ask Him to soothe your heart, to fill the empty spaces she left behind. Ask Him to take care of her, to wrap her in His arms and give her the rest she deserves. I used to imagine my mom sitting with God, free from pain, smiling down at me. It didn't erase the grief, but it gave me hope. Ask for that. For hope, for strength, for a peace that stays. Minute 7-8, listen. Finally, just be still. Don't say anything. Let the quiet settle in. Listen to your breath, the wind, the beat of your heart. Sometimes in that silence, you'll feel something. A warmth, a whisper, a sense that you're not alone. For me, it's like God saying, I've got her, and I've got you too. You might not hear words, and that's okay. The peace comes in the stillness. 8 minutes. That's it. When the time's up, you might not feel fixed, but you'll feel something. Maybe a little stronger, a little calmer, a little closer to her. The bigger picture. Her soul and yours. There's something beautiful in this too. Something beyond the pain. When you pray, it's not just for you. It's for her. In my faith, I believe that when someone leaves this world, their soul goes to God. Your mom's with Him now, resting after all she gave. She's not hurting anymore, not tired, not weighed down by the struggles she faced. And when you pray, it's like you're sending her love, like you're asking God to keep her close. I think about my mom sometimes, wondering what she'd say if she could see me now. I think she'd tell me to stop worrying so much, to eat more, to live a little louder. She'd want me to be okay. Your mom would too. She didn't sacrifice all she did just for you to stay stuck in grief. She'd want you to find peace, to keep going, to carry her love with you. Those 8 minutes, they're a bridge between you and her, between you and God, between the hurt and the healing. When grief feels too heavy, let's be real. Some days, 8 minutes might feel impossible. Grief isn't linear, it's a wave, crashing when you least expect it. Maybe you'll smell her perfume in a store, hear a song she loved, or find an old note she wrote, and suddenly you're back at square one. That's okay. I've had days where I couldn't pray, couldn't even get out of bed. One time I found a scarf my mom used to wear, and I just sat there holding it, sobbing like a kid. The hurt doesn't go away completely, and that's normal. But even on those days, try. Even if it's messy, even if it's just 2 minutes instead of 8. God doesn't care about perfection, He cares about your heart. And little by little, those moments of prayer build something inside you. They don't erase the loss, but they make it bearable. They remind you that you're not alone in it. A story of peace. Let me tell you about someone I met. A woman named Sarah. She lost her mom to cancer a few years back. She told me how, for months, she couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't stop replaying the last days in the hospital. One night, desperate, she tried praying. Not because she was religious, but because she didn't know what else to do. She set a timer for 8 minutes, sat on her porch, and just talked. She told God about her mom's laugh, her stubbornness, the way she'd sneak extra cookies into her lunch. She asked Him why it had to happen. She cried the whole time. When the timer went off, she didn't feel cured, but she felt different. Like a knot in her chest had loosened. She started doing it every night, 8 minutes before bed. Over time, she noticed the grief didn't choke her as much. She started dreaming of her mom, not the sick version, but the vibrant one she'd known as a kid. She told me, "It's like those 8 minutes gave me permission to let go of the pain, but not her." That's what I hope for you. Not a quick fix, but a slow, steady peace. A way to hold on to your mom without letting the hurt define you. Carrying her forward. Your mom's gone, but she's not erased. She's in you. In the way you laugh, the way you love, the way you face the world. Every time you show kindness, every time you push through a tough day, that's her living through you. Prayer doesn't just heal you, it connects you to that truth. It reminds you that her love didn't end when she left. It's still here, woven into who you are. So tonight, when the house is quiet and the weight feels heavy, try it. 8 minutes. Sit with God. Talk about her. Cry if you need to. Let him hold you both, her soul in his hands, your heart in his care. You'll find peace there. Not all at once, but bit by bit. And one day you'll smile again, knowing she's resting, and you're still standing, carrying her light forward. After watching, remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and comment on the video. I have many good videos to share. Learn to give, and God will give peace to you and your family.